Don't miss anything fun.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Can I say
Anyways,
something? Can I just say
yeah, yeah,
something?
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys, I have been in this industry for 12 years, and I have to say, I've never seen someone as dedicated, committed, strategic, along with a little splash of spiritual side, and also just total badass. And I'm just so like, I learn every day from you, Delaney, and I'm just like so freaking proud. And I love you so much. And I just want you to soak it all in because you are like, you're a unicorn, and I love you.
I love you. That was very sweet. Well, you meant to say a splash of inappropriateness.
Well, you know.
We do get a little wild on this team. So I told everybody to bring their favorite bubbly and we're popping, but I'm not good at popping champagne. Babe, you might need to come in here. Oh, Jen's got hers. Who else has got their bubbly? Okay. Oh, it's a
A
plastic thing.
twist off. Just a twist off, babe. You got it.
Okay.
Beth. For those of you that don't know, Beth, Blair, and Kelly. So Kelly pops in every now and then, so everybody might know who Kelly is. But if you don't know Blair and Beth, they're basically kind of like a trio, I guess. You guys kind of came over. Well,
A
Blair and Beth
menage.
came together, and then it took some convincing and locking Kelly in a room to kind of convince her. I learned this in Cancun the other week. But yeah, Beth is our resident. I don't know. I don't even know what to call you.
Beth
I
is the
like
top
saying
dog.
upline, but yeah, there we go. She's our top dog. She's got one of the
I
largest
was the one that
organizations.
was crazy enough to be like, hey, this telemedicine thing sounds kind of cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And Beth, how much sales does the team do a month?
I think we're going to cross over 4.5 million this month.
That's
Team, not even
fucking
Team.
insane.
4.5. Yeah, yeah. And you guys,
that means she's getting paid off of $4.5 million that this
I know.
Tana's
Tana,
unmuted.
that's right, Tana. That's
Oh
right,
shit,
Tana.
sorry. I have a brand
That's
new brand
right,
partner with
Tana.
me. She hasn't gotten started yet. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
know it was.
perfect.
I love it. Thank you. Yes.
Listen, that's a big deal. That's a really big
Well,
deal.
it is only you guys. It's like what I will say, and I like popped on as a guest and I'm like blabbing is this is like last night Kelly said this. So someone's like, what do you share for the opportunity? And you guys all know this. You would be crazy not to do this. And then what we heard in Houston last night, they're coming out with cartridges that are pre-filled for stacking of customized peptides that are branded with Ellie. So, and you can customize the dose. Like it's insane what's coming. Like it is whoever's sitting there saying that, like, I don't know, like, right? It's insane not to do this.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you've been here how many months?
I started July 28th. It'll be 2 years, July 28th. And
Wow.
I thought I was just going to grab an affiliate link so that I could sell more shakes and maybe win one of those bonuses.
Yeah, and guys, Beth came from Thrive, where I think most of us came from. Not everybody on here, but most of like 90% of this team came from over there. So she was a Lavelle millionaire, she was the first one to come over, and now look at all of us over here now. So we love you, Beth. You're my favorite. I always say that.
Wow.
I just saw Blair pop on.
Ditto.
What'd you say?
Hi, Blair.
I
Sorry, she's
said
Said
Blair.
you're in
Ditto.
trouble.
Blair is
I
her
just heard
favorite
what you
Blue.
said. I heard it. You're in big trouble.
Blair is my favorite.
That's
No.
right. You say it loud, Delaney. Oh my gosh, congratulations, all of you guys. What a huge accomplishment. First of all, Delaney, incredible. Like incredible. You came in and you have just been like a sandstorm. It's been unbelievable. But I think I just saw Destiny's face too. So huge shout out to you,
Yeah,
senior director.
Destiny.
Destiny just hit senior director. We have
So
so much
amazing.
Guys.
And I just want to say one thing because I literally just walked in the door from the airport. So I'm not going to stay on for very long, but I just got to say one thing, which is this team, you guys are so impressive. Each and every single one of you. It has been so much fun to watch. Like you guys come together and have such great community and unity and fun, and you're doing it in your own authentic way. And I think that is what to me is so inspiring to watch from the outside. And I just love it. And I love seeing all of you guys rally around each other. So congratulations, Delaney, and this amazing team. It's just incredible. Incredible.
Thank you, Blair. We love you, and thanks for showing some face. We appreciate it. Yeah, Beth, don't feel like you have to stay on either, but if you want, you absolutely are more than welcome to.
Listen, I took off my Korean skincare mask to get on here. It was
Oh. Okay, cool. Well, let's get this party started. I don't know how to open this fucking thing. Okay, here we go.
It's twist off. You just
Oh,
twist it off.
man, I wouldn't have bought these ones. I wanted the thing to pop and like foam to go
Yeah,
everywhere.
I know.
Okay, guys. Hold on. I have to look. I'm terrible at remembering the name of the titles here. Hold on. There's so many damn titles. What did we just hit? Advanced Executive Director Team. Cheers! Love y'all so much. Woo!
Oh wow.
That's good. I just did 80 units of NAD before that. I'm like cracked out. Yeah. But seriously, guys, I love y'all so much. This is 1,000% a team effort. This is not my rank. This is our rank. Wouldn't be possible without all of you. And I'm just serious. We have the baddest fucking team ever. I have been doing this for 7 years full time. And I've had a lot of teams. We've had large teams. And I can honestly say I've never had a team that I've loved the way that I love you guys. Like, you guys make this fun. I don't have this like resentment or burnout because you guys are just we're all aligned and we're all a vibe, and we're here just to better ourselves and to help other people and to make damn good money doing it. And it feels really good. I know a lot of leaders on here can agree. We actually have people winning here. And that feels good. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm the only one making all this money. I'm like, no, we've got a handful of people making $10,000, $15,000 a month. And then a bunch of y'all making way more than, $1,000 a month even. And I know that, 500, 1,000, that's life changing for so many people. But you guys, the sky is the limit here. Capitalize on this momentum. Be loud and proud about this. This is your rank up. So go on your social media and say, we just hit the top of the company. Like, own it, like share it like it is you, So this stuff is what draws people in. Oh my gosh, my team just did over $225,000 in peptide sales this month. That's not possible if you don't have something that truly changes somebody's life, and people stay on. And it's organic. I think we can all agree. Like, we did not get here by giving out free credits all day long, giving away friggin' bonus buy-in. Here's $400 on your 800 pack. We didn't do any of that shit. This was all real, organic. This is not bonus money. This is, residual income, and it's life-changing, and we're creating generational wealth, and there's nobody I would rather do it besides than all of you. So I love you guys so much. We have a guest tonight, and normally we open up with some wins. We've had so many damn rank ups in the last even 48 hours. I can't even keep up. I still have a list here of people I need to do Facebook shout outs for. So those are coming later today. But let's take 2 minutes. Okay, if somebody has a burning thing they want to share, and then we have to pass the torch over to Miss Dani Angelo, who I'll introduce in a minute. But yeah, if anybody has somebody they want to shout out.
I have a burning desire to shout out a few people. So I know Heather just got like 4 sales, dude. That was incredible.
Animal.
Right before the Zoom. I know, right? And okay, Ashley, oh my gosh, she has kicked butt. She got her first sale after like so much consistency. I'm so proud of you. Then she got another one.
Hell
And
yeah.
then my girl Megan, I know she's on here. She just started. She was so nervous, but like, I just have to share this really quick. I got to be fast, but she got 3 freaking sales this week, y'all. She was so nervous. She's never done anything like this. It's so funny because actually her.
Uh-oh.
He used to be on my team at Thrive. So she kind of saw it from the outside in. And anyways, but now she's with me and I love it. And I just have to say that. But no, she was super nervous and it's just amazing. And I'm so excited. So many
You
people.
went blank, Destiny. Who are you talking about?
Oh, Megan Eads.
Oh, okay.
She's on here. Yes. And she's got 3 sales this week. And she shared something with me I just want to share that was so good. She said, like, girl, like the way it felt when she got that first sale, she was like, it was the best feeling ever. Like, she's never experienced that feeling. And I think the ones of us who've been in here and have been in this business, like, it is the best feeling ever when you start to feel like she feels like she accomplished that. Like, nobody gave her that. Like, she did that. And she's like, I love this feeling. I screamed from the rooftops. I have cold chills. And now she got two more this week. And I'm just so excited for her because I know that feeling, like being in this line of work gave me all the confidence that nobody can take from me because I'm doing this for myself and can't nobody take it. And when you get that kind of confidence, it will show in your business. So go, y'all. Y'all are kicking ass.
Yeah, and again, for we said it early on the call, but shout out to you. 50,000. Okay, that ain't no little milestone. That's a big deal. So shout out to you so much, like so proud of you. That's
I
amazing.
got one though.
Go ahead, Rochelle.
So I want to shout out Cameron, for all y'all don't know
Yes.
the Pink Queen.
The Pink
Okay,
Queen.
uh, have just seen her light up and like her energy completely shift. 60 pounds down, not to mention, but
Let's
like the way she's showing up now and like nonstop customers, another brand partner. Like I'm just really proud of you, and I had to let you know now that it's gonna be big. Like you're doing big things, and March is gonna be an unbelievable month for you. I already see it, feel it, and I'm just so proud. So
I
y'all,
love
we're
you
all
so
winning.
much. I love you all so much. And I've never felt like to be so consistent. Like it's so easy to be consistent here because I just want to keep sharing. I just want to twerk. I just want to like show my energy and just be happy and show my glow up. Like it's easy.
I just
I
want
Yeah.
to
love you
shake
all.
my ass. That's what she
Yeah.
wanted
I
to
just want to shake my ass, okay? And I'm gonna do it.
say.
Yeah, Houston, the conference is gonna be wild.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I get
So
it.
I
All
did
right.
have one more person I'll kick my butt for. Neva, y'all. I can't even overlook her. Y'all, she's trying to hit director this month, and this girl has been working her ass off. Like she is a consistent queen. I'm so proud of her. We just got off a Zoom with a massage therapist who has already been recommending peptides to all her people. She's gonna start putting this in her business because she wasn't making money. She was sending them to a friend. So anyways, I just had to shout her out because I can never overlook her. She is literally such an amazing woman, and I'm so happy she's here.
Yes. Way to go, Neva. And way to go, everybody. Literally, I'm looking around. I wish we had more time to maybe at the end.
Wait, I just want to shout out Tanner for hitting senior director, senior
Yes.
manager, senior manager.
Dude, and
Shout out,
Randy, I
Tana.
have to because Randy hit director, and that's a big one. So I have to shout her out.
Yes.
I know.
Everybody,
Yes.
Steph did
And
too. And
Steph
shout
hit
out
Yes,
yourself,
director.
Holly.
Steph.
Hey, Holly hit 500 days of
Ugh.
sobriety yesterday.
Oh,
That's
let's
a big
go.
fucking deal. Like that's
Hey,
huge.
thanks.
That's not
It is
easy.
big. It's
That's
huge.
a
That's
big
huge.
deal, Halls. Super
Sarah,
proud of you.
oh shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say we have another guest who just hopped on, Sarah Cole. Are you able to chat? Are you able to unmute yourself? So, guys, Sarah is who Beth, okay, so it's Sarah, then Beth, then Blair, then Kelly, then us. Okay, so that's the genealogy. But Sarah's freaking amazing, and I'm so happy that you hopped on. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm all part of the family tree, right? And
Yes.
I'm just so blown away by this team. I've had the most fun watching all of you grow with so much authenticity, and you paved the trail. You're like trendsetters and cannot be replicated or duplicated because you guys are the real deal. So I'm just super proud. I like squealed in excitement. My son was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Delaney hit advanced executive and her entire team," and they thought like something was wrong. I'm like, I got so excited.
They're
So
like, what the hell's that?
yeah, so
No, that's
super
awesome.
proud and just
Thank
honored
you.
to hop on with all of you guys.
Thank you. Glad you're here. This is so awesome. I mean, it speaks volumes. I literally sent a message. Beth had texted me like 2 minutes before this call, and then I just sent a message like, if you want to hop on, it's super last minute. And then they all jump on and say some nice things. So we appreciate you guys so much. Okay. I feel I have this like guilt, like there's so many more people I want to shout out, but we got to get to the meat and potatoes. of the call. So Danny Angelo, the famous Danny Angelo. So I talk about Danny all the time. Everybody can back me up here. That I either send her profile to new people and I'm like, okay, you need to go market the way she does because the thing I love about Danny, well, I love a lot about Danny, but my favorite thing is Danny is super relatable and there's nothing that Danny is doing that is flashy, that is like, oh, she does this over the top marketing strategy and all these like crazy edits to her videos and everything looks so glamorous. Like you look at her content and you are like, oh my gosh, if somebody is doing that and making that kind of money and having this so much success, like I could do this too. And it's been very inspiring to watch. And I always tell my team, I'm like, guys, please watch the way she markets because what I love about you, Danny, is you don't, I mean, I don't even know if you realize this, but your marketing, in my opinion, from an outsider, you're not constantly thinking about the current people watching you all the time because I think we all get in our head and we're like, oh my gosh, I just posted about I just posted a reel like that yesterday. Like people are going to get annoyed. It's the same type of content every day. But you are so consistent. You post the same stuff all the time, and you're always thinking, whether you realize it or not, but you're marketing to the new eye. And that is so important. I feel like that's also why you've had such great growth, is because you don't care about not that you don't care about your current followers, but you nurture them in your stories, which is what I always teach the team. Like that's where you're converting your current audience. But your feed and what you're putting out there, you always got to be thinking of you want this to get exposed to somebody new and a first time eye because that becomes a lead when they come to your page and follow you. So, anyways, Danny is also from Lavelle. She was a Lavelle millionaire. We met through the insurance industry for a hot second. We both thought that might be the path. We were both kind of at a point where we're like, I'm so burnt out from network marketing, MLMs, and building teams. And this was, based on the past. But yeah, she took the leap over here a couple months before we did, and I watched her explode. And that definitely gave me confidence to be like, okay, well, she left behind where we were, and now she's killing it. And I think you were kind of in a tight spot. Maybe you can share your story, but you were kind of in a tight spot before you did make the choice to leave and come over here, and then it just freaking exploded. And guys, just so you know, she's the real deal. Not only does she have a massive team that she runs, but she also puts up, last time I saw your numbers, because you and your husband's accounts, you were hitting like 80,000 in PV, something like that. I mean, personal volume, guys, take 40% of that number. Okay. And that's just what she's making on the affiliate side, plus all the team sales and everything like that. I mean, your check would make me sick. So she knows what she's doing. So please listen up. We're gonna just kind of chit chat. She knows our team is very laid back and chill. So it's like I don't have all these like crazy questions for you, but I want you to just share your story, and then I'll ask you some stuff about your
Yeah.
marketing and whatnot. But yeah, tell us about you.
I mean, I feel like you just said everything for me, so I'm not really sure what I should
We
say.
can all go
Um,
home.
yes, but huge congratulations to this team. Advanced Executive, I don't even know the
I
titles.
know.
Advanced Executive Director is so huge. I'm so happy for all of you guys. Okay, so I started my little bit of my story started a little bit over a year ago. Like Delaney said, I came from a prior network marketing company, but I had kind of fallen off of that um, network marketing company like probably 3 or 4 years ago. After I had my third baby, I was kind of burnt out. I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go in, but I kind of found myself landing in the stay-at-home mom role. I really wanted to be present. She was my last baby, and I wanted to just kind of soak it all in. So I just kind of lived off residual income for a very long time. And I thought that's kind of where I wanted to be. I thought that I wanted my husband to kind of just take the role of the household, make the butter, and I was just going to be a stay-at-home mom. And about a year ago or so, a little over a year ago, I kind of found myself like itching to like I wanted to do something. Like I was very successful in my prior business, and hitting milestones and achieving achievements and things like that. It feels good for me, and it helps me grow as a person and as a human being and as a mom and as a wife and things like that. So I was finding myself wanting to get back into something like this. I just didn't know where I was supposed to land. I am a very transparent, genuine person where meaning I really have to love what I'm doing or love what I'm taking to be able to even share it on social media. I cannot fake it on social media. I cannot, if I'm not feeling the vibe to post on social media, I'm not posting. There's been plenty of times that my stories are empty because I'm just not feeling it. I do not, I post because I'm inspired. I'm posting because I'm feeling creative. I'm posting because there's something that I'm wanting to share. There's a story I'm wanting to tell. So I didn't know where I wanted to land with that. So when I was seeing Beth, so I'm sure a lot of you look up to a lot of leaders in network marketing industries, and I very much can feel vibes and read energies. And Beth and Blair were two very a few people that I loved. I always loved their energy. I always loved their vibe. And I always just felt that they had just a real pure heart behind them. So when I saw that they left Lavelle, that's kind of was like, okay, well, what are you doing? I'm curious to hear what you're doing. And when I heard it was GLP-1, I am also the girl that is diet and exercise through and through. That is how I see my results. That's how I've always gotten my results. That's how I've always lost weight, fat loss, gotten to where goal weight, things like that. I've always been that kind of girl. So when Blair was posting about it, she really kind of opened the door for me to say, okay, well, maybe I should explore more, because I was really just kind of listening to the social media noise, Ozempic, big, fat, trendy weight loss drug that people were taking and getting sick and yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should explore more and just kind of do my own research, my own due diligence, and just kind of see where this education takes me. So I probably took like 2 to 3 months from Blair and I's initial contact to educating myself before I actually said yes to doing a microdosing tirzepatide. And one thing in the podcast that I would listen to over and over again was that tirzepatide or GLP-1s were helping women with their autoimmunes. So I have Hashimoto's. I was diagnosed almost 8 years ago, after my second baby. And it's always been just like this. And I've never labeled myself as Hashimoto's, even though I take a pill for it every single morning. It's not something that I'm always like labeling myself behind. I always just work really hard. I'm very disciplined. I eat really, really well. I work out really well. So I never thought my body reflected me having Hashimoto's, I guess you could say. So that is what ultimately convinced me to say yes to peptide therapy. And within 3 to 4 weeks, my body was just absolutely completely changing. It started like reflecting like what I felt like I should look like in the mirror based off how hard I work in the gym or how good I eat in the kitchen. My clothes were fitting better. I was loving what I was seeing in the mirror. I can't even tell you how many selfies I took. Like, just like every time I passed a mirror, I'm like, damn, I look really good. And I would just constantly be taking pictures of myself. And brain fog was going away. I was actually having more energy. I was sleeping better. And I was losing weight. I was seeing fat loss. My muscles were popping. I'm like, I was floored. I was absolutely floored. And I started with Blair as a customer. I did not start right away, but I was very obvious that this could potentially turn into a business if, the product was working for me or if I believed in it. And I very quickly started to believe. And around, I don't know, 30, 45 days, I told Blair, I'm like, I'm going all in. I'm ready. I'm going all in. And that's what I did. And my business took off very differently. And a lot of you are from the network marketing world, so it makes sense to share things like this. But I didn't want this new business to just be my old business coming over. I prayed to God just for a new relationships, new friendships, new network. I didn't want to necessarily work with the same people, not because I didn't like them, just because I wanted to prove to myself that I can do this on my own. I'm starting from scratch. And that's what I did. I prayed for peace. I prayed that my heart, was led by purpose and impact with helping people get healthy. I wasn't necessarily out there to recruit, and I definitely did not recruit, if at all, in the very beginning. I just shared my story. I got really good at sharing my story on social media over and over and over again, which is what Della was saying. Like, you see the same content over and over again, in different ways. And I started, I guess, relating to a lot of women on social media. And my social media took off, and I very quickly had to, just kind of keep up with the momentum of customers that were coming into my network. And that's how my business grew. Uh, I, I actually, I had to make my husband an account so I could actually start hitting ranks. That is how we started hitting ranks, because I had to like kind of balance myself. So around once I hit like 10,000 PV, I was like, okay, let me make Corey an account. And then him and I account and PV kind of like just grew together. And I also said to myself, and again, you guys are in the network marketing world, I said, I do not want to persuade somebody to work with me. I want those who are attracted to me to come into my inbox or ask me questions. I put myself out there in a way that's transparent, genuine, and open. And if you're attracted to that, they're going to come to you. You don't have to persuade them or push them or to, whatever, to join your team. And I stand very firm in me doing that. And I started growing a team naturally. And that's what I wanted. I said I wanted people, and I love, and it's so funny because our previous business, is $0 to be a promoter. And I love how there's a price attached to the LEMD like affiliate link, because I feel like it puts not a lot of value, but a little value. Like $80 isn't necessarily a walk in the park for somebody. They kind of have to be like okay with making that decision to spend that kind of money. So when someone makes that decision to spend the money on their own, I'm excited to work with them. So people started switching over to affiliate naturally, on my account. I think we have close to like 300 team members on our team. I mean, Mariana's on here. I saw a few on here. I've never met any of these people in person, but I love them, and we work together every single day. And I'm very big on God bringing people into my life for a reason. So that's kind of how I got started and how my business kind of grew. But I know Delaney has like specific questions about like maybe like systems I use, how I've automated my business, how I post and things like that. So we can kind
Yeah.
of get specific for you guys.
Yeah. Well, I want to know first off, are you type A or type B?
I mean, I think I might be a little bit of both.
You're a
But I'm a hybrid.
They
I
do
think I'm
colors now,
more,
don't they?
I mean, what would be, okay, if you had to use one word for type A and one word for type B, what would it be?
Super organized for type A. Type B
Yeah.
is like fly off the hand. I don't know, like get shit
Yeah,
done. Very,
here's my thing. I'm kind of in the middle, but I like to pay people to be organized for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I want my business to be organized. I just don't necessarily like doing it. It very
Well,
much overwhelms me. My husband is very good at stuff like that. So
yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
But I do like to have an organized business.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because I know people are gonna want to know, like, what does your day to day? Don't talk about what your day to day looks
Yeah.
like now, because one thing,
Mhm.
and Danny and I talked about this, guys. When you are at the level that she's at with customers, she's outsourcing a lot of probably like she has assistants or she has, automation, of course, set up like things that you don't necessarily need right
Yeah.
away until you reach a certain point. So I don't want to necessarily talk too much on that, but when you first came over,
Yeah.
because what was
What
your,
did that look like?
yeah, what did your day to day kind of look like? And I can't remember what your social media platform, did you have like a lot of growth in following from when you
Mhm.
started, or did you already have a huge platform? Okay. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Talk about
So
that.
I paid for Instagram followers like probably back in 2020. On my own, I've only ever had like 5,000. I don't even know if I had that many like way back in the day. And then someone
Okay.
talked me into buying, when it was like hot and heavy to like buy Instagram followers, but they were all bots
Yeah.
or Indian guys uh, that can't buy my products. So um, that did absolutely nothing for me. But I think when I first started with Ellie, I think I was at like 21,000 or something like that. But it
Okay.
was not, it wasn't like real followers following me. But so just to paint you a picture, I have three kids. I have a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an 11-year-old. And two of the two oldest ones are in competitive soccer. And then obviously all three of them are in school. So school pickups, just the demand of three kids in general. I don't even have to tell you that they're in soccer and they're in school. The demand with them on a daily basis is very high. It's very stimulating, and it's very overwhelming. So I would have to like obviously, find my quiet moments. My husband was obviously around to help with that as well. But in the very beginning, I really honed in on social media. Obviously, Facebook was my big platform for my previous business, which is funny because now it's definitely Instagram and TikTok. I sometimes forget about Facebook. But I did post on Facebook a lot in my beginning to take advantage of just my prior network and people that have been following me for a long time. And I accumulated a very good, I still have the follow-up list in my notes section. I haven't touched that in probably like 8 months, but I would write down everybody's name, because that is one thing I didn't do in my previous business was stay organized and write down people's names so that I can follow up and have a conversation with them. But I educated people. So I wasn't quick because I wasn't quick to like send them a link. I would definitely have a conversation with them, and that conversation, short and sweet, look like what are your health goals? Like tell me what is being, why are you attracted to, what I'm using? Tell me what you're looking for and things like that, so that I could get their response and hear what their health goals were. A lot of people got put in chats with Blair. I'm a big fan of three-way messages or just third-party validation in general. I had a lot of women that said they were in menopause or whatever, and that's Blair. So I was like, I'm connecting them to someone who is a solution to their problem because I'm not. And Blair would close a lot of my sales in the beginning. And I would learn a lot from how she talked to them too. So I think third party validation is great, especially if you're new on here and you're like, I don't know what BPC does, or I don't understand peptides or this or that. Throw them, like, connect your people to Delaney. Hear how Delaney, one, you're creating third party validation for your potential, and two, you're learning from how Delaney talks to them, and you can kind of duplicate her behavior into your own business. So I would educate people a lot, sending them podcasts, because here's the thing, like this is like real true health, like what we're a part of right now. People are their blood markers are changing, like shit is changing for people, like in their bodies and quality of life. So I'm like, if I can get people educated on this and to understand the impact and power that peptide therapy can have on their health, they're gonna be a customer of mine forever. So I'm not only trying to create longevity in their health, I'm trying to create longevity into my business. So I'm educating them, and also it gave me a great opportunity to follow up. Hey, Holly, like watch this podcast. I'm gonna follow up in like 3 or 4 days, and we can kind of go over the takeaways that you kind of learned and just have a conversation about it. That is what my beginning looked like. A lot was just kind of back and forth. I didn't do any spontaneous reach outs. They were all leads that kind of fell into my inbox.
I'm just
But
gonna go get
everybody,
my AirPods, okay?
but everybody's very different on how they kind of create leads and bring leads into their network. And probably around March or so is when Instagram started like accumulating comments, and I was not automated in the beginning, and I was literally responding to thousands of comments and DMing them on my own. And I was just like this, like fast fingers, like a lot in the beginning. But I was just kind of, I like everybody, like Beth said in the very beginning, like this business, I'm going to sacrifice my time for it a little bit because it just makes sense. And I know where it's heading, and I know where peptide therapy is the future of health. And we're at the beginning stages of $1 billion industry. No doubt.
Yeah. Amen. Do you voice clip mostly, or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
okay.
actually just, so
Everybody
I
hear
am
that?
yes, I always voice clip, always. And people love it too. I mean, you know, because, you know, I've had many people are like, oh my God, you're a real person. I'm like, so, you know, and I actually just added voice clips into my mini chat. Like it's my entire flow is voice clips.
Yeah.
So I think voice is best for sure.
Yeah.
You can
So
do
use your
voice
voice.
and mini chats.
Yep.
Yes. Well, I didn't. My girl did.
Yeah, because you're
I don't know
smart.
how she did it, but
Yeah,
um,
if you chat GBT it, it'll walk you through how to set that up. It's actually not crazy hard for many chats. And many chats, if you guys are like, what the hell is that? It's an automation tool. It allows, like, you know, when somebody says comment details on my posts and I'll send you the info, many chats can have things automatically send to people. And so that's what I'm saying. When you get to a certain point, when it's not possible for you to keep up with it manually, then there's options for you to automate, but you don't need to worry about that until you're at that point, for sure. Okay, now TikTok. When I talked to you back in July, you were getting a lot of your customers through TikTok, right? Is that still the case?
I love TikTok. I love
Okay.
TikTok when a video goes viral. I think TikTok people on TikTok are so like impulsive. They love to just buy things. That's what I've noticed. I feel like the Instagram audience is like they got to ask questions. They need to be nurtured, and TikTok's like just YOLO. Like where the fuck do I buy it? So I love TikTok when a video goes by. I just had one go viral. It's still like performing really well. Like a week and a half later, it's at a 500,000, but people are buying and things like that. So I use the same content as I do on Instagram. I don't switch the content. I literally, if I'm having a good night on posts, I post on TikTok, then I post on Instagram, then I post on Facebook at the exact same time.
But are you still doing, I think you told me your goal on TikTok, because it is harder to convert, isn't it a little bit harder to like convert through messaging on TikTok? Like,
TikTok, you can now set up ManyChat. I don't know if that's what you're asking. You can
I
automate
didn't
TikTok now. That's new.
I didn't know that.
But you have to be a business account, and I'm not a business account, so I was scared to mess with my TikTok.
Yeah.
But if you have like a business account on TikTok, you can set up automation on there now through ManyChat. But yeah, but they do have voice now. They didn't have voice in the very beginning when I was on TikTok and when I would message people, and that was annoying because I do like to use my voice, and it's a lot easier for me than using my fingers.
Yeah.
So you can voice memo now. The only thing with TikTok is like if you send a link, it doesn't like read as a link. It just sends like words. So I'll either tell people to connect with me on Instagram. If they're asking for like a podcast, I'm like, message me over on Instagram and I can send you the podcast, or I just refer people to the link in my bio.
Okay.
Dani, I have a quick question, just as far as you saying you posting on both. So I like literally barely know anything about TikTok, but since you're posting the same content, do you just save like a reel that you would make on edits on Instagram and then just repost it, or do you do the feature where it like double posts or whatever?
So no, I don't do that. I go in and I manually make sure I'm posting.
Okay.
I don't know. I have OCD that it doesn't read the same if I do like a like double post. But I typically will edit on TikTok. That's where I pretty much.
That's what everyone says. Yeah, it's so
And
easier.
what I've been doing lately, if I'm editing on Instagram, I'll save it on Instagram and I'll upload it to TikTok, because TikTok now, if you upload a reel, it like does an automatic sound, and like 9 times out of 10, it's like a perfect trending audio, and I'm like done. So that's usually how I do it. And then, but when I upload it to TikTok, it automatically saves in my camera roll, and then I just upload it to Facebook and Instagram.
So
With the
I have a
audio.
question. When you were doing your TikTok, because I'm like, I think a lot of us on here, we're not very TikTok, like we're mostly on Instagram.
Yeah.
When you were doing your TikTok, like how many followers did you start with? Because I'm here's the thing is like I've had mine for a while and I've been so like inconsistent with posting on it that when I do post something, like it would go viral on other websites, like Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, but like it's shit on TikTok. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe do I just need to start a new account and like just give it that fresh energy and be consistent with it?
So my TikTok, I actually grew it to like 40,000 back in 2020. My husband did TikToks with me, and I don't know if you followed me back then, but he was actually really funny and people loved him. And so he helped me get the platform up to 40,000. But I actually did wash everything out when I started Ellie. I like just deleted all of my videos with my kids, with my husband, because I wanted it to just kind of be like one brand. And I renamed it, but I kept my like main page. It's grown to like 53 or something like that now. I've gotten a little bit of followers off TikTok. Yeah, TikTok is slow to grow, I feel like. But I think being consistent on it for sure. I mean, a video could pop, what I've realized, just anytime. So if you're already doing the content on IG, just freaking put it on TikTok. You're already doing the work. So just go put it on TikTok just to, who knows if it goes viral. Yeah, my health diaries.
Yeah, somebody was asking what your things were. Okay, and then how often are you posting? Are you like, and has that changed? Was it different in the beginning versus now?
Yeah, in the beginning, well, I've actually transitioned back to what I was doing in the beginning because I'm like, why am I gonna not do that? But it's 2 times a day and it's morning and night. And I always tell people like play with your audience times because I feel like everybody's like notice the patterns, right? Like notice when your best videos perform and post at those times. Like I just posted just before I hopped on this Zoom because I think evenings work best. I typically take, I think, Wednesdays off because I'm like, I don't feel like Wednesdays perform very well. Sometimes Mondays don't perform very well. I think like weekends, like Thursday, Friday night, Tuesday always does really well. So I just kind of like realize your patterns on your social media and kind of play with it to see like when your audience is most active.
Okay.
But two times a day is I post reels.
Do you
Or carousels.
recycle any videos? I've
Heck
been
yeah,
seeing a
I
lot of
just
people
did. I
saying
did
that.
2 times today. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you wait till you recycle?
I mean, I just started, I mean, well, the TikTok video that just went viral, I posted it, I think, on January 29th, and I posted it 2 weeks later. I'm like, this shit is doing so good. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay,
I
cool,
mean,
cool.
yeah, but I definitely repurpose content. I have such a huge library now. Why am I gonna try to like waste time and, so
Do you
definitely repurpose.
do you feel like what you're posting on your feed is converting people more for you or your stories? Or is
Well, my feed is automated and it's kind of hard to like well, I obviously see what the orders are coming in on a daily basis. Um, I mean, I think it's so hard, Delaney, to answer that question because every person I'm in a conversation with, like I can't reference them because I don't know them. So like if I'm in a conversation with someone and they order, I would never like be like, oh, I was just talking to this person on Instagram. Like
yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't even reference that. But I'm definitely like um always call to action on like my Instagram post and I just added like 2 call to actions because I have like a automation for obviously like my microdosing guide and then I have an automation to be a partner with me. So now every post I do is comment tool to learn more or comment partner if you want to learn how I'm building a business around it because I'm like having all these videos do so well. I'm like why not just maybe I could, hit some people that are looking for an opportunity. So if you have things like that, utilize, your content to hit on the people looking for an opportunity or the people looking, for health. But I am like active in my stories and I always, I'm always trying to get people to respond to my stories, so like doing polls or, doing if they and ask me anything, those are always really good and high performing. And if you didn't know, if you do like an ask me anything or ask me about, my journey, you can go in there and like write questions to yourself and no one will know it's you, but it will look like people are engaged in your stories. So that you can kind of create content in your stories and people can see your answers. So I didn't know that like a year ago. And I'm like, oh, so I do that sometimes if I feel like people aren't like asking enough questions. But yeah, I think getting people to respond in from what I heard, and everything's hearsay when it comes to the IG algorithm. But when you get people into your DMs, that really helps like your IG algorithm. So making sure that your stories are engaging and they're you're trying to get people to like respond to them and get into your DMs.
Yeah, perfect.
I just
I just
want to touch on that. Tuesdays and Thursdays are statistically the best, and I read this it's a book called Influencer. Tuesdays and Thursdays, social media wise, perform the best, and this goes for everybody, because typically extracurriculars Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Yeah.
busy parents, busy, Monday, Wednesday for sure. And I have two soccer kids as well, competitive and high school soccer. So if you aren't gonna post, if you're not feeling it, because that is a real thing, if anything, post Tuesday and Thursday because those are the best performing days for social media.
Or
Danny,
repurpose something on Tuesday and Thursday.
have you found, I know like your content is all pretty, I mean, you work out like every damn day is what it appears at least. And so your content is very like you in the gym, working out, you're walking in slow-mo up to the camera. Have you noticed maybe with verbiage wise, is there any reel for you that, like for me, for example, when I do my fat photo and I say married to an asshole and then I put divorced to an asshole, I know that that thing is going like big numbers every
Viral.
time. Do you have a
Yeah.
certain type of content that you know usually catches with people?
Well, it was always microdosing until IG, slapped my wrist. That was
Yeah.
my best word. That was my go-to word. Um, People love inflammation, I feel like. I didn't see it or I didn't feel it. And then it's until it's gone. People love like seeing that like kind of before and after. I'm trying to think. Let me look at my IG.
Do you use
Uh,
ChatGPT to help you with content stuff ever?
Um, I tell him I tell him what to put in my caption. Like my caption is all my words, and I have like chat like organize it because I don't feel like typing it out.
Yeah.
Like with ideas behind
Yeah.
there in the very beginning, yes, but I feel like I don't do that very much anymore. I let like if you go to like your For You page, I let other people's content inspire me or spark my creativity other than Chat GPT.
Yeah.
So if I go to like my For You page or TikTok's really good. If you go to TikTok's For You page, type in like peptide therapy or and just kind of get ideas. Based off other people's like the one that just went viral. This is the one that just went viral. Should I try peptides? I'm kind of scared. And then I just said Tirzepatide and GHKCU changed my. Some people were like, I don't see a difference. I'm like, fuck you. Um,
So does it flag you for saying peptides? Because I know TikTok's like hella funny apparently
um,
about stuff. So I already lost one Instagram. I just rebuilt one. So I'm like,
yeah. Um, yeah, I hopefully no, not yet. But
I mean, I
microdosing
think isn't it right?
GLP-1,
Like if you're sharing your journey, you're good. But it's like if they see that like you're,
I think we get in trouble
selling
because
it.
people are reporting us because I see it everywhere. And to be honest with you, there's so many people on social media that are posting about peptides. And then there's some people that are literally saying microdosing, GLP-1, all the things. And like their account is fine.
Yeah.
So I feel like we get in trouble because our account has specifically been reported by somebody. Because I don't think the bots are catching it on their own. I think the bots are catching it because someone's telling them to catch it,
Previous
is my
company.
personal opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's always good to be careful and be mindful. And honestly, when you create like it's like curiosity. Like if you create like what the hell is this girl talking about? Like sometimes the video might do even better. So just kind of being quiet about what tool you're using to save your Instagram, but also spark the curiosity of those that are watching so that they ask questions.
Perfect. Okay, I want to transition a little bit into customer retention, which I'm
Mm.
assuming you probably have that automated to some degree too, like checking in, or are you manually following? I mean, how many you have to have
Well,
what, like 300 customers a month, or
more than that, yeah,
that's crazy.
between both accounts for sure. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I mean, my one of my morning routines is when I wake up is to going into my like order history, going to my customers, all the customers that went through like that day, I message them. And even if it's like 20 people, I mean, it takes me what, 20 minutes. But that's my way of just kind of keeping that like one-on-one connect, making sure that they're love it. Not everybody answers, of course, but it's my, at least I know I'm putting in the effort. And then yes, I do have Flowdesk like email automations that are segmented to leads, customers, brand partners. But also like if people fall off, they get an email, and then in that email, it's like it basically like, why did you fall off? Like, was it too expensive? Were you not seeing results? So that we can kind of try to problem solve that issue. So yeah, I do. I mean, I do have lots of things in play to try to keep as many customers as possible.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
What about with follow-ups just in general with like leads? Are you
Yeah.
what's your follow-up process? Are you a like somebody tells you they're gonna order, this when they get paid? Are you following up with them? Or are you kind of just let
So yeah. Um, I would. Yeah, like back in the very beginning, I was definitely following up. I was writing their names down. I was having a conversation. Now my automations do my follow-up. If I know them on a personal basis, or I don't know, there's some people I know on Instagram I've never met, but I know them because they're always like communicating with me. My follow-up system is very type B, and if I think of you, you're getting a follow-up.
Yeah, same.
Unfortunately, that's how I follow up. But yeah, my automation has a follow-up in my flow.
Well, what is
And
your
then and then
follow-up?
my and
Yeah,
then my leads are nurtured like through Flowdesk. So every lead, like if they comment tool, they're going into my flow, they're adding their email's going into my Flowdesk, they're getting segmented into my Flowdesk workflow. Whether they're a lead or turn into a customer or sign up as a brand partner, they're getting a flow of emails.
And Flowdesk, guys, if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you can create really pretty looking like email templates. And you can like blast out email blasts and everything to a group of emails that you have. Like you're
Yeah.
collecting their leads. That's one thing I will say I wasn't always best at, but it does make a huge difference is getting people's contact information because you can continue to market to them. Not everybody pulls the trigger on the first contact. That would be
Well,
amazing.
and plus, not even with this business. Like, if you're building a
Yeah,
portfolio of emails and network, I mean, we're in network marketing. We don't know where our life's going to take us
yeah.
ever. Like, I didn't do that with Lavelle. I have zero of those emails, and I accumulated hundreds of thousands with Lavelle. So it's like, and they all just, I lost them.
Yeah.
So
I got a question, Danny.
yeah,
How often do you post about, I guess, fitness or whatnot versus specifically
GLP-1.
microdosing or
Yeah.
GLP-1s? Because I feel like a lot of people when they first come in, it's
Mhm.
like they're struggling to gain traction with their current network because at the end of the day, we're not scientists, we're not biochemists, unless people are. A lot of us aren't nurses, doctors, the people who know about peptides and whatnot. So when our network hears us talking about them, they're like, "You're not a fucking expert. Like, why should I trust you?"
Yeah.
So how often do you think that you post content about peptides versus maybe fitness or dieting or
Yeah.
exercise or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, and I will say in the very beginning, and I actually just I told I moved in November, and I kind of fell off of videotaping myself every day in the gym because I was like, I'm one of those girls, if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not doing it, and I just wanted to not do it. But all of last year I brought my tripod in the gym, and I always posted my workout in my stories every single day. Today, if you look at my stories, it has all my meals in there, what I ate for the day. I ran with my 4-year-old today, so it showed some fitness in there. I'm always posting like fitness lifestyle in my stories on a daily basis. Just to kind of show, I mean, fitness or a healthy lifestyle has a bunch of tools, right? We can't just be advocates for GLP-1 and peptide therapy and think that we're like a healthy person. Like a lot goes into it. And I think a lot of people want to trust the person that they land on when it comes to if they want to, buy a GLP-1 from you or some sort of peptide from you. And part of that trust is going to be overall wellness. Like, does this chick actually know what she's talking about? Or does she embody health with the way she looks and things like that? And if you're in the very beginning of your health journey, you're going to relate to those people. and be transparent. I had a day one too. Like I wish I was, as present on social media with I was actually on day one. And I think that's probably why it did well in the beginning for me, was because I have been that wellness girl on social media for the last 10 years, always posting my tools, evolving in my health, doing cold plunges, taking cold showers, getting vitamin D from the sun. I would post about, the oils and herbs that we would give to our kids when they were sick because we didn't want to give them antibiotics. So I have built that brand around. So yeah, I mean, if you find yourself just posting about, I mean, you have to have buckets on social media, right? You can't just be one. Like my buckets on social media, yes, 80% of my bucket is GLP-1. Like I'm the GLP-1 person when you come, but I also want people to know me for me. I'm a mom of three kids who play soccer. I love, yeah, I love interior design and I love decorating. So have like those buckets where people can kind of get to know you, because not everybody's, when they come to your page, is going to be ready to buy a GLP-1. Let's just be real. But when they get to know you and they get to like you and they get to trust you, the conversations turn into a deeper connection. And then, then they can maybe convert over into a customer of yours. So there's definitely nurturing and building rapport and relationships involved in building a very healthy, sustainable business. We can't be, and that's one thing I said coming into this business. I didn't ever want to be desperate for a new rank. I didn't want to be desperate for a sale. I didn't want to hustle at the end of the month. I remember in, I don't know, March or April last year, I was $1,000 away from one of the ranks. And I said, I don't care. Like it will happen next month. I'm going to bed. And that's just kind of how my mentality's been in this business is it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. I don't even know. I know Alex asked me like, when do you post fitness stuff? And I don't even know how I got
No, no,
on
no. That
that
was
topic,
perfect.
but
That's my mentality is that if you're more than a protein shake away, then just let it organically develop next
yeah,
month. Like if you gotta fill out a questionnaire to hit a rank, then fuck it, just let it go next month. But
yeah.
if you can just buy an extra set of protein powder, then that's my mentality. Like if it's just a protein powder or less, which is what 80 PV, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it dropped since all the changes, but yeah, anything greater than 80 PV, I'm just like, eh.
Okay. I want to be mindful of your time, but I think a few questions are coming through.
No, you're fine.
Do you have a few
Everybody's
more
sleeping.
minutes? Okay.
Everybody's sleeping. I'm good.
Okay, Jen, go ahead. You're muted.
Hi, thank you for
There you go.
telling your story. I'm so impressed by just your calmness, your just the way you speak. It's so impressive.
Thank
Um,
you.
I'm hearing a lot of like social strategy. Where my pain point really is I have a lot of friends who I have supported through the years that come from network marketing and MLM companies. And I guess when I try and recruit them here, they give me I'm so burned out by that shit. And as a subject matter expert, or even anyone in the room, because I don't come from that space, I don't know what that burnout even feels like. Help me reframe that or, strategize some communications to let them, build a team that's going to be effective and not burnt out.
Yeah, and coming from someone who was and someone who has said that, they're not ready until they're going to feel ready. Like I wasn't ready until I was ready. And I think at this point in that conversation and that relationship, it's just you being their friend, and not wasting your time trying to recruit them because I promise you, when they are ready, they'll feel peaceful about having that conversation with you. And I think if I were you, I would one, be their friend and obviously nurture that relationship outside of trying to get them into this business. You go kill it without them. Let them watch you, and let timing and again, like you might get to a point where it's like, I don't even need them, so don't even worry about it. So that's just my personal preference because there is a such thing as MLM. I'm just exhausted. Like I'm not feeling it. And even if they said, sure, Jen, I'll join you. I guarantee they won't do anything because they're not feeling it. They didn't really necessarily make the decision. They kind of felt like they maybe like were like convinced a little bit to make the decision. You want them to make that decision on their own so that they actually perform when they join you.
And Dani, what would you say is different about this than MLMs you've been a part of?
Yeah, well, I've only been a part of, this is my second one, so I've only been with one. And I think it's just me as a person, to be honest with you. I know my boundaries. I know what I want. I know what brings me peace. I know what brings me joy. And I know how to say no. And it just, and I'm attracting people with that same energy and that same vibe. So I'm eliminating, noise or, drama because I'm not just not going to be a part of it. And in a sense of like product and like where we're headed, it's just very different. And I don't like to speak ill or of anybody, but like it's just like this isn't some like Joe Schmo who said I'm going to put together ingredients and take it to a manufacturer and make a protein shake and sell it. This is like pharmaceutical compounded pharmacies, true health. There's science backed, like really science backed. I know there's a lot of science backed out there, but this is like for real science. This is like biology, so it's real. And I love being a part of it. And I feel confident being a part of it. And so it's just very different.
Love it. Okay. Any last questions?
Yeah. Health. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway. Okay. Well, this was amazing. You are the real deal. Destiny actually called me earlier. Or I called her to celebrate her rank up, and we were talking about the call tonight. And she's like, "Okay, well, Dani, so what's the secret sauce with her?" And I was like, "She's just so fucking cool. Like, you're just a vibe. You're chill. You're yourself. You're not flashy. Like, you're just you, and people trust you because of that. And you've built up such a phenomenal just network over the years. It wasn't overnight that you got all these
Right.
people to know who you are and trust you when you offer something, but like." Dani is somebody, if Dani called me tomorrow and wanted to tell me about some opportunity, not to leave Ellie, but just something else, she would be somebody that I would listen to, and that's the difference. I have a lot of people who reach out about shit. I would not get on the phone and entertain a conversation with them. I would with her. So that comes from her building that reputation and trust. And I really like what you said. And I needed to hear what you said about the showing the health journey, like the full package of health, not just the peptides, because Alex and I talk about this all the time. When I have my most successful months, it's when I'm going to the gym, showing myself working out, doing cold plunges. People love that type of shit because you look crazy. It's showing that people get inspired. People go to your story and they see you in the gym every day and you've got 3 kids in soccer and you're running this big business and they're like, wow, she can get up and do that. There's no excuse for me not to. So that's a good reminder, guys, to really put out more content around the full health, picture for sure. But yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, just be yourself. I mean, I know social media is hard and I feel like we all overthink it because we feel like we have to show up a certain way, but I heard someone say once, just pretend like you're just, and I know Delaney does it. I mean, every time you're watching your stories, you feel like you're talking to your best friend, like, right? Like you're just like, and that's the way you got to show up. Just show up and talk like you're talking to your best friend on FaceTime and having a conversation and just kind of drawing people in. But yeah, just being honest and transparent. But Delaney, thanks for having me and
yeah.
congratulations again. That is so huge and so exciting.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy for everybody. And Destiny, congratulations on senior director. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the other achievements. Very good.
Awesome. Thank you. You were our first guest. We've never
Oh,
branched
really?
out. Yeah, we've never branched out of like our own team.
Shit. I love
Well,
it.
We had Jen Harmon, but that I feel like that
Jennifer
doesn't
Harmon
count.
is
That's corporate.
compliance,
Yeah,
babe.
yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't count really.
No, you're
I
our first
know.
like producer guest, you know what I'm saying?
Yay.
So
Well,
you
hopefully I helped.
yeah, this was very helpful. Very, very
Good.
helpful. I'll get the recording up and then I'll send it to you if you want to share with your team as
Yeah,
well.
I will. Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you,
Okay.
Danny.
Thank you,
All right, guys. You're
Danny. You're
welcome. Have a good
amazing.
night. You're
Okay.
amazing. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.